Welcome to Talk of the Town right here on C19 TV. Tim Foster with you in for Steve Putnam this week. Hey, happy holidays, and what a great pleasure it is to have Cleveland Community College President Dr. Jason Hurst with us for a special edition. Dr. Hurst, welcome to Talk of the Town.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be here.
Well, hey, we're going to look back at what's been just a phenomenal year here at Cleveland Community College, not only on our campus, but around the community. And who knows, we may even get into a little bit of 2025, but Dr. Hurst, first of all, happy holidays to you. I know you and your family are getting ready for the holiday season. And I just want to start thanking all of our viewers that have watched C19 TV all year. We're so blessed to have the channel. And as always, I appreciate your support of C19. Dr. Hurst.
Absolutely, 100%. Thankful to have the channel as well, and just what it provides for our community and the resource that it is for our community. So thank all of our viewers as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Well, what a year. And, I just want to start back. It's almost been a year when we talked back to January of 2024. And you had a great event, of course, the ribbon cutting and grand opening ceremony of our Yeti Gym, where, of course, we have women's volleyball, men and women's basketball. That was a great day, Dr. Hurst. Talk a little bit about that.
Wow, what a crowd, and what, the excitement that just built up to that day. We had the gym. The gym's been there for a long time, but it was not set up for collegiate athletics.
Right.
So we went through a very extensive renovation project, removing the carpet, putting down hardwood floors. We had no bleachers in there for seating.
Right.
So we added bleacher seating, renovated locker rooms, and made it really state-of-the-art collegiate locker rooms, fitness center. All of that is in that facility, and really the entire facility got a facelift. And so that day was a wonderful celebration of the culmination of all of that coming together, and just so proud to have had so many people in the community to come out and support Yeti Athletics for that day.
Yeah, it was a wonderful day. As you mentioned, the facility is gorgeous, and we had actual games going on throughout the afternoon, which made it neat. And we had some great food that was a big part of that. And it really was awesome to see some of the folks within, and some of them are even on your board that went in and financially helped out with, as you mentioned, locker rooms, the naming of some of the scoreboards. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's been quite remarkable how the community and our board members have come out and supported Yeti Athletics, and specifically in the gymnasium. We have two board members that named the scoreboards in there. Wayne King and his family.
Yes.
Alan Langley and his family named the scoreboards. The King family also named the home locker rooms.
Yes.
Which is in a very prominent location. Tony Berry named the Yeti Club that's upstairs. We're so excited to have been able to unveil this Yeti Club, where club members can come together and watch the game from up top and have access to food and drinks. And it's
that's
a really,
awesome.
really remarkable place. And then Betty Kerrigan also named a space in honor of her husband, Charlie. And so just exciting to see the support that we've been given and the amount of money that has come in to support scholarships for Cleveland Community College students.
Yeah, and what was so great about that day is all those folks got to speak along with yourself in that great grand opening ceremony, and the community, and as you mentioned, folks that are board members right here as part of Cleveland Community College that really went above and beyond. And we invite folks to come out and watch a game this coming season. It's underway already.
It is underway, and again, I would say the most exciting part of all of that was the tens of thousands of dollars we've raised, close to $200,000 just in a very short period of time. 100% of that money went to scholarships for students, not just student athletes, but to students.
Right.
And so very proud of that, and that's a legacy that will live on for many, many years to come.
Another big thing really for our faculty and staff in our community was the Atrium Health virtual clinic that came in 2024, and it's just right, it's in this building that we're taping, not too far away from here, and a lot of changes are going to be happening in this building. We're going to talk a little bit about some changes coming to the C19 studios before we wrap up this interview, but I thought that's just a wonderful service to our faculty, staff, and community, Dr. Hurst.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, if I'm sure the viewers, like all of us, have had challenges seeing our own doctor.
Yeah.
They're just so busy and they're understaffed in today's times, and to have access for thousands of our students, for all of our employees on campus for a virtual clinic has really been life-changing. And unfortunately or fortunately, I've taken advantage of that myself
Yes, yeah.
several times, and
Right.
it's a great process. They get you in, get you out, and I've really enjoyed having that on campus for our, again, our employees and our students.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful thing. Another great thing from on a national level for Cleveland Community College. Talk a little bit about this Bellwether College Consortium event in San Antonio. I think you got to go to that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but talk a little bit about that and what that meant for Cleveland Community College.
Yeah, so Bellwether recognizes 30 programs nationally. So you're a national finalist when you go to the award ceremony. But our electrical line worker program was recognized in the workforce development category. So there's only 10 programs nationally that are recognized in the workforce development category, and we were one of those programs. Our line worker program is really remarkable. We do 4 academies a year. We have graduated over 500 students since we started the program. Duke Energy is a major sponsor for the program. So myself, Alan Qualls, the coordinator of the program, as well as Tony Fogelman, vice president here at the college, and then Craig DeBrew, who is a Duke Energy employee, but he's also a trustee on the college board, went out to San Antonio this past year, and we presented the program. They don't tell you how you place unless you win, so I'm sure we came in second place.
No, of course.
Because
yeah.
we didn't win, but
Right.
it is certainly an honor to have been selected as a national Bellwether finalist. And then something we'll be able to talk about in a coming show is we've also been selected this year for a national Bellwether finalist in the workforce development category for our fire training technology program. And so we'll be going out in February to present again, but on our fire program this time. So more to come there.
Well, Dr. Hurst, that's very certainly exciting news. Another great thing, when we go back to the spring, let's go back to April, and you had a great event really honoring the first president here, James Petty at Cleveland Community College. Talk about that event, what it was, what it raised, and it really was a special night when we look back at April of 2024.
Yeah, so I've had the honor of getting to know Dr. Petty over the years that I've been here, and he occasionally will still come on campus and
Sure.
look around, and I've seen him out on campus from time to time. But yeah, first president in the history of the college.
Yeah.
Started in 1965. He actually retired in 1990, and just did remarkable things while he was here. And so there's one thing on campus named to honor Dr. Petty, and that's our amphitheater.
Yes.
But the amphitheater had a very small little sign beside the road, and it was never properly named to, I would say, properly honor him.
Sure.
And so we started thinking about what we could do, and we wanted to put together a dinner and just bring in friends and family, supporters of Dr. Petty, and really unveil the new signage of the amphitheater.
Yeah.
And so it is illuminated across the top of the amphitheater. Looks beautiful. We've had concerts there that you've been able to see it. But
Sure.
if you come on campus at night now, you'll see the illuminated sign of honoring Dr. Petty with the amphitheater. But had a great dinner, great time together, fellowshipping and just sharing photos and conversations with Dr. Petty. And I would say more than any of that, we raised over $55,000 in one night
Wow.
for scholarships, all to go towards scholarships.
And that's what it's all about, and I know he's proud of that as well.
He is.
Because he remembers those early days
Yep.
and watching this college grow, and he's watched it grow through the years, obviously with Dr. Thornburg and of course with you as well, Dr. Hurst, over the last 7 years that you have been here. So it really was a great night, and that sign is really beautiful. If you come through at any time, I really love seeing it during
Yeah.
graduation and during our Yeti Nights events, but anytime it's really a nice sign.
It is. It is. We're very proud of that.
And of course, speaking of the amphitheater, let's talk a little bit about what I think was one of the maybe most special nights of 2024, and that was our 2024 graduation ceremony. And the reason I say that, Jason, is wow, our biggest in the history of the community college, a graduation that went on almost 2.5 hours. I mean, we started at 7 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen, that night, and it was still dark when we finished up, and it wasn't a bad thing because we had that many graduates, but it was really a great night, and man, was this place packed. Jason, talk a little bit about graduation this past May.
Yes, so year before last, we had the largest graduating class ever. And then this year, we broke that record with over 800 people graduating.
Wow.
We awarded over 1,200 different certificates, diplomas, degrees that night. It was a packed house, standing room only.
Yeah.
And it did take over 2.5 hours to complete. But what a wonderful event, and really that's what it's all about. It's about our students coming here and getting that credential they need to either go into the workforce or go to another college or university. So we were so proud to have again broken a record, and I'm not sure what we're going to do next year if we get even larger, because amphitheater's about out of space.
Yeah, we're going to have to add some extra chairs. I don't know if we can do that on the side, but it really was. I mean, as you talked about, and I was in the production truck that night, and just seeing, and we had several of our camera operators, and they were having to fight for space, not in a bad way, just because we had so many. But I go back to your point. Wow, it was so awesome to be able to give so many certificates, diplomas, and degrees. Really a special night.
It was, and it's so good to see the families come out and support their graduate, because that is such a special moment in time. Many cases, they're the first college graduate in their family, so it's a special moment for those families. Also, something that was also really unique is we graduated about 140 high school students that had not even graduated high school yet, but they're graduating with their 2-year associate degree, and that's all a big part of our Career and College Promise program, the dual enrollment program with Cleveland County Schools and Pinnacle Classical Academy. We have typically over 1,000 students that are enrolled in that program, and it is just continuing to grow over time.
Yeah, it's a wonderful program. I've had a few of those even in our broadcasting curriculum, so it's really awesome. Well, Dr. Hurst, hang out. We're going to take a break. Everybody, go get you a beverage, the refrigerator, but come back because we got more to talk about looking back at Cleveland Community College in 2024 with Dr. Jason Hurst. And hey, we're going to look ahead a little bit to 2025 as well. You're watching Talk of the Town, and we'll be back right after this.
Killing people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach and would you turn the other cheek?
How you doing today, ma'am?
Father, help us and some guidance from above. These people got me questioning. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?
Happy holidays and welcome back to Talk of the Town. Tim Foster in this week, and so great as we welcome you back to have Cleveland Community College President Dr. Jason Hurst. Jason, again, thanks for being here this week.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot in the first half of the show as far as 2024 at Cleveland Community College. So many wonderful events, and I want to talk a little bit about your board of trustees and one particular person before we get into the board in general. Alan Langley, and Alan had the opportunity, as I was looking at here, was elected to serve a 4-year term on the National Association of Community College Board of Trustees. And talk about Alan, what he means to Cleveland Community College and that honor, Dr. Hurst.
Well, it certainly is a special honor, and Alan is the longest serving trustee on the board. So he brings a certain perspective that is really beneficial to the college and certainly to me as president. And Alan not only serves, and we'll talk about the national board, but
Sure.
Alan also serves on the State Trustee Association.
Wow.
So we've only had one other trustee in the history of the college that has served on the State Trustee Association, and that was Patsy Rose.
Sure.
And then Alan is the first trustee that we've had that has served now on the National Trustee Association. And so it's quite remarkable to have one of our trustees in that role.
Yeah.
And again, Alan is so involved in the college and supporting our students and coming to all the events that he can come to. But it's a real honor to have one of our very own serving not only on the State Trustee Association, but the National Trustee Association. And he and I recently went out to Seattle, Washington for the Trustee Association meeting, and it's amazing to see the thousands and thousands of trustees across the country that are serving at their local colleges that come to events like that, and then see our very own Alan Langley with the National Trustee Board.
Yeah.
So quite remarkable.
Talk about your board of trustees here, Jason. I'm fortunate enough to call a couple of them friends, to know them. I think our board's phenomenal, the work they do. A lot of people don't see a lot of the work you guys, I mean, you guys meet monthly, but it's more than just that. They're a big supporter, of course, of not only of you, but of, more importantly, our students and our faculty and staff. Talk about the importance of the board here.
Yeah, so just for the viewers' purpose, we have 12 trustees that are, 8 of them are selected by the General Assembly, and then 4 are selected by the County Commission. They serve 4-year terms, and so they all 12 are very independent thinkers that bring a wealth of background and experience to their role. And it's incredibly valuable to me, whether they're, they have a healthcare background or an HR background, or many of them are business owners that are on the board. But they bring a wealth of knowledge to the college and in their role as a trustee. But like you said, they are very much supporters of the college. They're very much supporters of me, and it means a lot to me to have my board that is so supportive of me and the things that we're trying to push forward and move through the college. But more importantly than any of that, they are supporters of our students, and they demonstrate that by all the different things that they come to.
Yeah.
Whether it's a baseball game or a basketball game or an award ceremony or a graduation, they come out and they support our students. And so that's what it's all about. And they will tell you that the graduation they came to, the graduations are the most important thing.
Yeah, they love them.
They love them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you, Dr. Hurst, a lot of us, when we end 2024, are not going to forget about Hurricane Helene and the impact. The devastation was big in Cleveland County, certainly nothing like it was in Western North Carolina. But I want to talk a little bit about Cleveland County because we were so blessed, the college was blessed to be one of the few places in those first few days that had power. And I just think about, we kind of had to change the mindset. It wasn't really about classes for a couple of days. It was about what we could do for the community. I mean, even to the point of, I was in here with my wife, just charging, because we were out without power for 7 days. You guys were kind enough to say, hey, come on in. And not only did you do that for faculty and staff, but you were doing that for the community. Talk about that time, Dr. Hurst.
Yeah, so I think we were all caught off guard.
Yeah, absolutely.
And who would have thought this far away from the coast that we would have been so devastated and impacted by this hurricane? And so, we all wake up that Friday morning, and we were actually my wife and I were going to leave and go to Florida to visit my son and daughter-in-law and granddaughter.
Yeah.
And of course that didn't happen. We had to change plans, but wake up with no power, very little cell service. You couldn't make a call. You couldn't get out of the neighborhood. Trees were down everywhere.
Unbelievable amount of trees in this county were down.
Power lines down everywhere. In our county, as our viewers know, many places were without power for a minimum of a week. pockets of our county were out 2, 3, 4 weeks.
Yes.
So it was devastating to our county. And we, like you said, were fortunate that we did not lose power
Yeah.
at the college. And so we did open up the college to our community for people to come in and just be able to get in the air conditioning and cool off. And
Yeah.
we offered all the waters that we had on hand, we gave away. We opened it up for people to come charge their phones and their devices. But then we also opened up our cafeteria. We had
Yeah.
food on hand.
That was awesome.
We continued to cook that food and to try to provide that for our employees and students that needed it, and just try to be a resource,
Yeah.
and comforting resource to those who needed it. But with all that we went through, we were so much far blessed beyond what further west went through, and they were just we had some devastation, but some of those communities were completely devastated, as we all know now. And so we have chosen to adopt one of our sister colleges, Blue Ridge Community College.
Yeah.
And recently we took a load of goods up to Blue Ridge Community College using one of our 18-wheelers, one of our
Yeah.
CDL training 18-wheelers, to unload pallets of
Yeah.
cleaning supplies and all of those kinds of things. And we also delivered a $10,000 check that we gave them.
What a blessing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, and those vehicles are phenomenal. I've seen them in a few parades here in the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
So they are, but
Yes.
what a blessing to be able to give back, because those folks would have done the same for us without a doubt.
They would have. And so we had a benefit concert that was in the amphitheater, raised a little bit of money. We put some money with that and bought supplies and carried to them. They desperately need cleaning supplies. So we spent a lot of our money on the cleaning supplies. And then we just wanted to give them $10,000 so that they could purchase what they needed for their community and for their
Yeah.
college.
Yeah, it's really awesome. One final thing I wanted to talk about before we get into, we're down to about 6 or 7 minutes, some budget aspects heading into 2025. Obviously, one of the big changes, C19 TV studios that have been in this location for almost 16 years will be moving to the upper part of the campus in 2025. This facility will become totally healthcare. Just talk briefly a little bit about that, Dr. Hurst.
Yeah, so what necessitated this is just the tremendous growth that we've had in our healthcare programs. The space that we're in right now does not have a second floor, so we'll be able to come back once the studio is moved to its new location and add a second floor and really gain about 10,000 square feet that we can utilize for expanding our health science programs, whether
Right.
that's nursing or physical therapy or whatever we might end up putting in here. So we're really excited about that. We've already engaged an architect, and we'll get very busy in 25 planning what's going to be happening in this new facility. And then where C19 is moving, that work is underway now, as
Yep.
you know.
Absolutely.
And we are anticipating that to be completed either by the end of the year or early 25. So looking forward to C19 moving to its new location.
That's right. We'll be in our new location, but still bringing you Talk of the Town and all of our great programs as we head into 2025. Well, we're down to just about 5 minutes left or so, Dr. Hurst. Let's talk a little bit about budget. And I think about 2025, and I think about some of the great things that are going to be going on. You talked about the C19 TV studios, changes here in the Bailey building. Also, there could be a groundbreaking next year as well. Talk about that before you talk a little bit about budgets as we head into 25.
Yeah, so we are just over the moon excited about a new student center that's being planned. We've been talking about this for a couple of years now. We've visited lots of student centers across the state and the country, and we are anticipating breaking ground this summer 25.
That's exciting.
With our new student center. So it'll be about a 45,000 square foot facility that will house all of the entities that our students need to get enrolled. Everything from advising to testing to Veterans Affairs to financial aid,
All in one spot.
all in one spot.
Okay.
Pay their tuition, they can do it all right there in the student center. Plus it's going to have a brand new cafeteria, bookstore, student shop. It's going to be really a fantastic facility. A lot of glass, a lot of metal. It's going to be very modern looking, and I think a wonderful place for our students to come and enjoy when they're in between classes.
I know budgets are looking really good as we wind down 24, going to 25. I know enrollment, I'm hearing at least, is up. I know you got to be excited about that.
Yeah, so speaking of budget,
Yeah.
the General Assembly, I applaud them. They just approved our enrollment growth money.
Okay.
So that was funding that should have started July the 1st, but it was a little bit delayed for a variety of reasons, but they did finally pass that. And so that's an additional $800,000 to help us operate this year on the growth that we had last year.
Sure.
So we had about a 4.5% overall growth last year, and we're already up 17% for the fall semester of this year.
Wow.
And enrollment is at 36% increase for spring semester 25. Wow. So I'm not sure that will hold or not,
Right.
but our student affairs folks have done a tremendous job getting our students registered early. And so we're excited about the growth that we're having. And so with the growth, that does equate to additional funding coming into the college. And we desperately need that funding. We have a lot of projects underway. We're still working with 5 architects.
Yeah.
And so we will have quite extensive renovation projects going on in the coming year or two. The Student Center coming online. One thing that I'm really excited about that the community will be able to visibly see when they drive by our campus is new campus signage.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So the entrances to campus, wayfinding signs on campus, you're going to see very collegiate brick and mortar signs coming up with our entrances. And then we have been told it's hard to find your way around once you get on campus. So we're really hoping that our new signage will help address some of that. And
Sure.
we're excited about the new image that that's going to create for our college.
Well, Dr. Hurst, we got about a minute and a half left. As we wind down the year, just talk about, you're, I believe, getting close to your 6th, 7th year as president of Cleveland Key Community College. Just talk about what it means to be president here, the faculty and staff, and to our viewers as we wind down. We're really blessed, even through everything we went through. I feel that way, and I'm sure you do too.
I do, and I mean, it's hard to believe in some cases that I'm finishing my 7th year, and
Yeah.
April the 1st, I'll be starting my 8th year.
Yeah, I was behind a year.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe,
Yeah.
but and I told my board this recently. This is an opportunity of a lifetime, and I feel just incredibly blessed to have the opportunity to serve as president of such a fine institution. We love this community. We have really integrated ourselves into the community, my wife and I and our daughter, and just love Cleveland County, love what's offered here, the natural beauty that's here, and this college is a special place, and it's quite remarkable what we collectively have been able to accomplish.
I agree.
In the last several years, the growth that we've experienced, adding all the programs that we've added, the buildings that we've added, the renovations that have occurred, and we understand that we exist to serve our community, the businesses and industries that are in our community. And so we're going to continue adding programs that are relevant to what our companies need and to what our community needs. And so I'm just excited to be a small part of what we're doing here.
Well, Dr. Jason Hurst, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and thanks for being on Talk of the Town with us today.
Merry Christmas. Thank you so much.
Hey, if you've got story ideas as we head into 2025, you see it on your screen, info@c19.tv. Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon with more Talk of the Town.